I'd like to show you how to hide or show objects in VBA. It is relatively easy to hide or show objects in VBA. To modify your VBA, you need the Developers tab. You can get the Developers tab by going to File, and then Options, and then under Customize Ribbon, you can check Developer to get this option. Under this tab, we can go to Visual Basic or press Alt F11 to get there. Inside of here, I can create modules to store the VBA code. I've already created one, but you can create another by going to Insert, Module. You can rename them by clicking on this button here, the Properties window, and giving it a name. Inside of this module, I'm going to write sub, and I'm going to write hide. There I can put in the code that I want to run to hide these objects. This is simply a text box, and this is a rectangle shape. I've given both of them a name just for simplifying how you can get them into VBA. So here we have panel and rectangle. So in the code, I can write something like this. First, I want to put active sheet. I want to modify the objects on the sheet I'm looking at here. And then what kind of object am I picking? I want shapes. And what kind of area? We're going to put range. And then we're going to add an open parentheses, type the word array, and put in quotations the name of your object. So in this case, panel, 2 closing parentheses, dot visible, and then we're going to set this to MSO false. If I run this code, you'll see that that disappeared. How do I get it back? Well, I could just set this as MSO true, and it will get back. Oftentimes, I want to be able to make this toggleable so that I don't need two buttons. I could just click one button and it will turn off if it's on, and it will turn back on if it is off. And the way that I can do that, instead of writing MSO true here, so let me write active sheet dot shapes, open parentheses, panel, clothing parentheses, dot visible, and then I can set it as equals not, and then put the same thing again, active sheet dot shapes, panel dot visible. And what this should do is make it toggleable, so that way if it's not active, it will be, and if it's active, it won't be. And so if I comment out this part of the code so that that one doesn't run, we'll see it turns off, it turns back on. All right. So how do I get this to work as a button? Let's create a shape here, such as this rectangle. You can double click and say toggle. I'm going to, once I have the button how I want it, I will click on it, right click, and hit assign macro. In here, you'll see that hide macro that we already created. I press that. Now I essentially have a button that I can turn on and off different objects. I hope that you've enjoyed this. For more tips and tricks in VBA, please press the subscribe button, and I will post a new video soon.